I'm stuck here freezing me proverbials off. And he expects me to get through this list of chores, does he? Go out in the yard and organise all the old bicycle parts together. That'd be a nice little side venture for us. Yeah. I tell you, I'd be better off being sent to the gulag, I would. It's probably warmer there than it is here. Oh, God. Why won't you let me turn the heating on? Even just for half an hour. Just to take the edge off. No, we can't afford it, he says. My son's a bleeding heating Nazi. If I so much as look at that boiler, there he is. What he needs is a boot up the hole.
Dad, I'm home. Dad, you got my dinner on yet? You ain't touched that boiler, have you? Yeah, where are you?
I'm in here.
Where? Oh, I didn't see you under that lot. Wrapped up like a little cocoon. When are you going to turn into a beautiful butterfly then, Dad?
Yeah, what are you doing back so soon?
You must have on every blanket in the house. Is that mine?
I was cold. It's like bleeding Siberia in here.
Ugh, you ain't the one who was out in it, mush. Give me my blanket back. I will not have you polluting my things, thank you very much. You produce a very distinctive odour, you do. I could go blind, I could. And I'd still pull you out of a police lineup every time. Yep, that's him, officer.
Yeah.
Hello, son. How was your day? Oh, it was marvellous, thank you. Almost got killed by a double-decker bus, but other than that, it was less than adequate. Thank you very much.
You need to concentrate on the road.
Yes, yes.
I told you before to be more careful.
All right, Dad.
If anything happens to that horse, nearly driving him into buses, he don't know where he's going. He's only a simple animal. You're meant to be driving him. That's all that daydreaming you're always doing. Always got a gormless, glazed expression on your face these days, like you'd rather be anywhere else.
Funny that, isn't it?
No, Gould, we're getting the woe is me treatment again, are we?
No.
Why do you keep sighing then?
Because I like sighing, alright? Is that okay? It's one of the few pleasures I have left.
Just making yourself a drink, are you? You couldn't make your old dad one too, could you? I'd love a drop of that brandy just to warm me up.
I can't. I've only got one clean glass over here, haven't I?
Can't you get me a glass from the kitchen?
I don't want to go to the kitchen.
Typical, isn't it?
Oh, look, Dad, for Christ's sake, will you give me a chance to thaw out? Just for a moment?
Can't even make his own father a little drink of brandy as he sat here freezing to death.
Well, if you moved about the place a bit, maybe did a bit of tidying up, then you wouldn't get so cold. Get the blood flowing. You feel better.
On the other hand, I wouldn't be so cold if we turned the bleeding heating on.
Now don't start that up again. I told you, if we turn the heating on, then they've won.
Who's won?
Them. The energy companies. See, we're locked in a kind of stalemate with them. We're staring down a barrel of a gun, metaphorically, of course. But it ain't phasing us.
Well, it's phasing me.
Ah, you see. Because they're not going to win this one. All we got to do is get through to spring, without giving those money-grabbing bastards a penny. And then we've won. Before we know it, the sun will be shining and the daffodils...
Spring? I'll be dead by Christmas.
Oh, we are. Have my brandy and stop moaning. So, I notice you still haven't stacked the bike parts together like I asked. 2 weeks ago I asked you to sort that out, and you still haven't started.
Now, you love the idea of me brutalising my old body out there, don't you? Heaving great heavy bike parts around in sub-zero temperatures. That'll finish me off. Ah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Blimmin' hell. I'm trying to make us a living here. Why must you fight me at every turn?
And I've told you, you're not going to make any money from those rusting frames out there. Scrap. That's all it's good for.
No, they're not all rusting. Look, Dad, we can sell them for parts, or we could put 'em all together. We got enough odds and sods out there to build a good 10 or so bikes, I reckon. People would flock to us, especially with the traffic nowadays. We could start to specialise in bikes. Be a nice little earner. I've been speaking to my friend, Roy Figg. He's got a little shop, and he sells all kinds of stuff, but he's starting to make a killing off of bikes, and he reckons we could partner up. Steptoe and Figg, we could call ourselves. I'll go out and get the parts, you can build them up, and Roy could sell them. You used to be quite good at building things.
Well, my hands don't work like they used to, Harold. My arthritis.
Oh, all right. Well, you and Roy could...
You're daydreaming again, Harold. We're junk collectors. If you kept your head out of the clouds, you wouldn't have to fantasise all these silly ideas. I've told you before that if you actually tried harder and brought home something decent for a change...
And I've told you it's like spitting in the wind. There's no money in this game anymore. But no, I've got you. Just shut your trap, Harold, and keep breaking your back for the old man, no matter how futile it is. You really are a nasty old gristmill of a man, aren't you? Grinding me down to nothing. And for what? Pennies. One of these days you're going to come in here looking for me, and all you're going to find is a pile of dust and a pair of gun boots.
Oh, Gold. Look, let's go and have a shifty at what you got on the cart and pack this nonsense in.
You needn't bother.
Why? Oh, no, Harold. Don't tell me you didn't get anything again.
Well, I did pick up this nice little Spanish guitar.
Oh, right. That's good. How much you pay for it?
Well, it's all academic now. Some little fat kid nicked it off the back of a cart and ran off down the street with it.
Ah, you great cabbage. How many times do I have to tell you to tie the stuff down or cover it up with a tarp? You don't bring enough home as it is without half of it getting pinched. They'll be nicking the horse from under your nose soon.
They're welcome to him, mate. Do you know he went for me again today? I mean, you think there'd be a certain mutual respect there by now, after all these years. But no.
Well, maybe he'd have a little more time for you if you didn't keep leading him into buses all the time.
Look, all I'm saying, it's a serious problem when a workman's tools don't work properly. And that horse don't work properly.
That horse is more than just a tool. He's more than just a thing to be discarded. He's part of the family.
You know what I meant. I mean, God blimey, a lumberjack wouldn't get very far if every time he tried to fell a tree, his chainsaw had a pop at him. I'll try my hardest with him. I'll give him his lumps of sugar. I'll brush his tail. I'll clean out his stable every day. Well, most days. I certainly don't see you out there doing it. I don't think I've seen you move since winter started. There's people in the morgue more active than you are. And I ain't talking about the morticians neither.
Well, maybe if you let me turn the heating on once in a while, I wouldn't be frozen to the bleeding spot.
Are you wearing those thermals I got for you?
Yeah, and I'm still cold.
Me too, Dad.
I think I've caught pneumonia. I'm so cold, Harold. Please, let's put the heating on.
I thought I made it clear to you. It's either starve to death or freeze to death. It's just how it is in this fabulous country of ours now. And I don't fancy going without dinner, do you? Look at us. It's pathetic. This is what we've been reduced to. We've been scrabbling about in the dirt forever, trying to make ends meet with other people's rubbish, misery ricocheting through every aspect of our lives. And we got by. Just. We can even afford a few luxuries now and then. Toilet paper instead of old newspapers. Now we can't even afford basic human needs. We can barely afford a newspaper. This is your lot's fault, you know. You voted them in. They could do something about these extortionate energy prices. But they just don't give a toss. They got us over a barrel, Dad. We barely make enough to feed ourselves as it is.
Like your lot would do any better.
Maybe they wouldn't. In fact, maybe, just maybe, this whole island is finished. Maybe we should all collectively just turn it in. The French wouldn't stand for this sort of thing, you know.
Those surrender merchants? Yeah. It doesn't take much for them to start waving their white flags, mate.
Well, that's where you're wrong, actually. If their government tries their luck with anything,
Then the French people are out on the streets of Paris going, well, mental basically. But the British, oh no, we just bend over and take it. We got no backbone anymore. Oh God.
I mean, what is the point of going on? Why put one foot in front of the other? Why even get out of bed? Or the sofa in your case?
My room's freezing, you know that. Look, don't get too downtrodden, son.
We shouldn't have to live like this.
Harold!
I shouldn't have to see my old dad shivering away in the corner like that. Oh, that's another thing, Dad. If your teeth chatter any more, I shall have to confiscate them. I'm expecting them to fly across the room at any moment. If they break a window, then we're really screwed. Oh, marvellous though, ain't it? You work all year, you flog your guts out, only for fat cats to open up your wallet the moment the temperature drops. Do you know, I worked something out earlier. I counted that I've had about 5 days this entire year that I would have considered good, and we're in December. 5? And one of them was touch and go.
You know what, Dad?
What?
Let's treat ourselves, just for tonight. I'm going to go and slap the eating on, and you go out and sort us a lovely dinner. Let's live a little. Sod everything, and everyone else.
Yeah, that's a good idea, son. Let's push the boat out. Shall I phone up and order an Indian?
Dad, but we haven't got 2 pennies to rub together. We're brassic.
Here, I could put it on the slate.
Yeah, alright, mutton vindaloos all round.
Yeah, I'll go and phone them up then. I'm looking forward to it.
Hopefully, before that gas bill comes through, I'll have another run-in with that double-decker bus.